A lot of people wonder, where does beneficial bacteria come from? As I'm looking at a problem over here where some erosion really messed up a bad situation, it just occurred to me that what I'm looking at floating on the surface of this pond is beneficial bacteria. So in this video, I'm going to show you what beneficial bacteria looks like in its native habitat, and I'm also going to show you just the very basic steps of what it takes to make your own beneficial bacteria. So check out this video. You're going to love it. So before I get started, I want you to understand that beneficial bacteria is a naturally occurring phenomenon, whatever. It's in your soil. So if you're going to take just your very basic topsoil here and put this topsoil here into like a mason jar and just put like maybe a third of it with topsoil, and then fill another half of it with water, and leave just a little bit of an air gap up at the top, and shake that mason jar up, there's going to create foam that's going to come off the top of that, off the top of the soil mixed with the water. And this is what that foam looks like. Look at all this foam all over the top of this pond. Look at this. You see this? This, guys, is what beneficial bacteria looks like when a landslide happens coming down the hill. Look at that. So in this pond, you got all this stuff here floating all over the surface here. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing, and what's churning it up, the action of shaking up that mason jar like I was talking about, what's churning it up is the waterfall. Look. So you see that air exchange happening right there? That air exchange happening right there is what's causing all of this across the surface of this pond. You see that? It's everywhere. So the big question comes up is this: why do we purchase beneficial bacteria if I can make it in my own backyard? The answer is very simply this: because the stuff that you buy is a specific strain of bacteria. Often it's a specific strain of Streptococcus, in a non-pathogenic form, but in this particular case here, we don't know what's inside this foam without lab testing it and everything else. And the other issue is that because of the environmental conditions around the pond, different things can be floating around, it can be settling into the soil, and you can have a situation where you can throw your pond into a major imbalance because of one strain of bacteria being introduced, and then another strain, and then it kind of wearing off, and then another strain of bacteria being introduced and it wearing off. And so what happens is these peaks and valleys throw your pond into a complete and total haywire state. But if you want to know what it looks like, this is it. So what looks like a mess to you is actually gold to us, if you know what it is. Now, I don't have a microscope with me. I don't know how to identify it, even if I had a microscope with me, but I do know that this is exactly the process, and I know exactly what I'm looking at. Why do I know? Because we built a pond outside the entrance of Prado Dam over at their, what do you call it, their educational facility that they have out there. And one of their scientists that was over there, when I was trying to sell him beneficial bacteria, he told me how this stuff is made. And so here it is. I've got a great opportunity to teach you guys how it's made too. So yeah, this is a disaster. We got to clean this out right now because unfortunately there's a major landslide that happened over here and we got to get all that out. But like always, I'm going to look for the pony at the bottom of the manure pile, and I'm going to find an opportunity to share something valuable with you. If you like my videos, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm Carl with Columbia Water Gardens, and I'm here to remind you that knowing your strain of beneficial bacteria, it matters. Happy ponding.